Chairman, thank you very much for all your accommodations. Secretary, thank you for yours, and I don't think I'll be long. Last year, you and I spoke about a pilot accession program for NOAA. Congress had appropriated funds in the last 2 fiscal years. We've been working with NOAA on this issue to ensure that NOAA has the proper authorization to make that vision a reality. We've been working to try to get pilots to NOAA, including Hurricane Hunter pilots. And I just wanted to reconfirm that you continue to support legislation that would authorize NOAA to designate one or more of these centers to facilitate the development and recruitment of aviators for NOAA.
Yes, and yes, we need it. And last year, I think we were able to train 8 or 10. We're on path to do 10 this year and want to do 10 or more each year to come, pilots. So, yes.
Thank you for that answer. At 4:30, the Commerce Committee is having a classified briefing with the, I assume, folks from the Department of Commerce. The topic of that classified briefing is foreign adversaries' exploitation of America's data from social media platforms, data brokers, and other companies. The Department of Commerce has become front and center in the efforts to secure our privacy. I think I've been working on privacy legislation for seemingly, I don't know, it's hard to say a decade. It's not that long, but a long time. But I think it's become something more than just personal privacy, which is hugely important. It's now become national security, and I wanted to give you the chance to indicate how you see the role of the department. I also am a sponsor and wanted to just, I don't know your answer if you have one to this question, but I thought it would be interesting to me to know what you're thinking. I'm a co-sponsor of a bill that's led by Senator Warner and Senator Thune called the Restrict Act. It is legislation that addresses the ongoing threat posed by technology from foreign adversaries attempting to empower your department to review, prevent, and mitigate information communications and technology transactions that pose an undue risk to our national security. Ask for your informal thoughts on that legislation, if you know it specifically, or that concept in legislation, including what your thoughts are about the underlying threats that we face, and legislation. Does this legislation provide sufficient authorities for the department to mitigate? If you don't know the legislation, then what do you need?
Yeah.
That would be helpful.
So much there to cover. Thanks you for the efforts for the privacy law. We really need a privacy law in this country. And so anything I can do to be of help in making that happen and on a bipartisan basis, count me in. I am somewhat familiar with the Restrict Act, and I think it is an excellent approach. Currently, the Department of Commerce is acting pursuant to an executive order to secure our communications and technology networks. And we are right now in the process of hiring a team to do monitoring, investigation, and enforcement. It would be better if that were codified in a law. And so I will support work in a bipartisan way, work with you, work with Senator Warner, Senator Thune to make that happen. I think it is a top priority, and we need to move with urgency. There's a lot of focus on, one particular company or a few particular companies that may infringe on America's privacy, steal our data, purvey false information. It's more than one company, and it is a constant pervasive threat, and we need the permanent tools, properly funded with expertise, investigation, and enforcement ability, enabled permanently by statute, not an executive order, at the Department of Commerce. So I think it's necessary, and I'll work with you on it.
Secretary, your competence may involve the fact that so many responsibilities are coming to the Department of Commerce these days. So best wishes. Thank you for...
Best wishes. Thank you.